Hi everyone, this is Tiffany with Raising House and Home, and I bet you can guess what I'm getting ready to bake. It is my favorite part of the cold weather seasons, and truth be told, I have made this in the summer too. So I am making pumpkin bread, and this recipe is for 2 loaves. So I'm going to make 1 large loaf and 2 small loaves so that I can show you some different variations to kind of spruce up your pumpkin bread, especially for company or for the holidays, or if you just want something a little special. So I will be showing you that, but I wanted to tell you what we have for ingredients first. So right here, you'll see that we have a whole can of pumpkin. I have made my own pumpkin that I've grown and then cooked in the oven and pureed it, and it was the best pumpkin bread ever. But I was not able to grow pumpkins this year, so I am using canned. And it still tastes just as good, but there is a little something better when it's something from your garden. And then I have over here is 3 1/3 cup of all-purpose general flour, just white flour. And then over here we have 2 2/3 cup of sugar, just white granulated sugar. In this little bowl over here, I have 2 teaspoons of baking soda, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I also just have about a 1 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So I figured since that was just a small amount of everything, I'd put them all together for you. And then this is mostly cinnamon. My recipe calls for cinnamon and cloves, but I'm not a fan of putting cloves in it. It makes it taste too much like pumpkin pie to me, and I really want more of a bread cakey feel. So this right here is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a little tiny bit of cloves. If you want to put cloves in, this recipe calls for a teaspoon of cloves. So I will leave that up to you. And then over here, I have a 1/3 cup of cream cheese that I'm letting get soft in the room temperature, so I can use that for a cream cheese glaze. And then over here, we have a cup of butter, which is 2 sticks of salted butter. And you want those to be soft or even melted. I prefer to melt them. Some people don't like to melt their butter to cook with, but I find that it works great in this recipe. So to each your own and whatever works for you. And then over here, I have 4 eggs, and these are just large eggs. And that is it. This is super simple, and the only thing missing is the powdered sugar and milk for the cream cheese glaze. But for the bread itself, this is it. So simple, and it comes out so amazing. So I'm gonna get started mixing so I can put this in the oven. So I'm going to fill up the small ones first, and then the rest of it I will leave for the big pan. And this makes quite a bit, guys, so you may be able to make more than this because these are smaller pans. So there's those two, and they'll be ready to go in the oven. And I might have a little bit left over because I used the two smaller pans, but I can make cookies out of this dough if I need to. There, so all three of them are full and ready to go in the oven. And I have a little bit of dough left over. I might try to put in there. We'll see if I can get it all in there. So I'm gonna cook this at 350. The big one's gonna cook for about 65 minutes. Just keep checking it about the 50 mark. And the smaller pans will probably be more about 30 minutes because they are smaller. So I'm gonna pop these in the oven and I will be back to show you the end result. So they've all been done for about an hour or so, and I am going to share a baking secret with you that I haven't ever shared before. I like to wrap my loaves of bread in paper towels or like a clean kitchen towel as soon as they come out of the oven, and it helps keep the moisture in, and it makes an amazing difference. So give it a try next time and you'll see what I mean. It makes things so incredibly moist and it just tastes so much better. So we're gonna unwrap all of the bread. So we're gonna get this cream cheese all creamed up with the powdered sugar to make our cream cheese glaze. And it looks a little bit like frosting, but we're going to add the milk so that it's not a thick frosting. You want it to be more of a liquid consistency so that it will melt over the top of the warm bread. And then it will get a little bit hard on top, more so than frosting will. And it gives you that glaze texture. And for this loaf, we are putting on some powdered sugar with cinnamon through the sifter, and that will melt as well on top of the warm bread and become more incorporated. And I'm going to make this into a honey butter with cinnamon, and you can use this to spread onto your plain pumpkin bread as you see fit, as you cut the pieces, or you can use regular butter, or some people like to eat it plain. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. This is my favorite baked good, and I couldn't wait to share it with you all. Please leave in the comments below which one you preferred. If you tried the cream cheese glaze, the plain, just let me know which one your family liked the best, because I love to hear those stories. Thanks again for watching. Please click subscribe below if you haven't already, and also click the little notification bell so you'll be notified when I put up new videos. Stay happy, safe, and healthy. And until next time, bye everyone.